So here's a question. What are the 3 main steps I should take when reading maps? Pause and think about that answer. Answer. Read the title, read the legend, match the colors and symbols on the map with the colors and symbols on the legend. Now there might be more steps you'll have to take, but this will get you started. Question. What is circled on the map below? Pause and think about your answer. Answer. The legend. Remember that the legend tells you what the colors and symbols on the map mean. Question. Do the first geography skill builder on page 485. Make sure you pause and try this question out. So we are looking at page 485 in our old geography textbook. And the first question here is, which country has the greatest number of mineral resources? And you have to figure out which map to use, so you should read the title for each of the maps that's in this little unit atlas. And the one that should pop up is the one that says Resources of Africa South of the Sahara. Now, once you've read the title, then you need to read the legend. And you read it in its entirety. Once you've read the legend, then you need to match the colors and symbols on the legend with the colors and symbols on the map. And in this case, it's symbols. And you are going to look at Africa and notice where all these different resources are located. And if you looked at these white lines here, those are the borders of the countries. Now they're difficult to see because this is not a political map, this is a thematic map. And so you're not going to be able to see the borders of these countries very easily, and you're also not going to be able to see the names on this one. Again, because it's not a political map. And I do see there's a lot of resources here. In fact, there's more here than in other countries. So now I had to figure out what the name of this country is. And like I said earlier, the map that shows you the names of countries is going to be called the political map. So we need to find the political map, which you could flip to your world atlas, or you could turn the page to page 486, and this has the Africa South of the Sahara political map. Now, I know from my last map that the country I am looking for is towards the very tip of the country. I notice its shape. I know that there's a little country inside of it, and that it has water on 3 sides. So if I flip over here, I should be able to get my bearings. I notice the shape. There's a country inside of it, and there's water on all 3 sides here. And in this book, countries are written in all capitalized letters and they're bold, and that means I'm looking at the country South Africa here in green. So the answer to that question should be South Africa. So now that you've had time to think about your answer, the answer is South Africa. Question. Which type of map would you use to find mountains? Pause and think of your answer. Answer. Physical maps. Mountains are made by nature, not by humans, and that's why they're on a physical map. Physical maps show things made by nature. Question. Do the geography skill builder questions on page 380. Pause and do that now. We are looking at page 380 in our old geography textbook. I am looking at the map called the United Kingdom today. Once I've read the title, I now am going to take a moment and read the legend. Now I'm going to match the colors and symbols on the legend with the colors and symbols on the map. Do a little preview here of the map. Now I'm going to come over here and read the question. Number 1, which region of the United Kingdom is on a different island? So an island is surrounded by water on all sides. So the main parts here that are shown is this country here, the United Kingdom, as the title says. And then Ireland over here is also surrounded by water on all sides, and that makes that an island. If I look at the legend, the green is showing the national boundary, And we want to see which chunk of the United Kingdom is not on the main part of the country. So this is the main part of the United Kingdom. So if I look around, I can see that there's green out here, but the only one that's like sharing land with another country is this chunk right here. Now in this book, country names are written in all bold letters and they're all capped. And Ireland is the one that is in all bold letters and all capitalized, which means that this region here called Northern Ireland actually belongs to the United Kingdom, and it shares a space with Ireland. So the answer here would be that it would share borders with Ireland. All right, and then we have another question here. It is, which body of water separates the United Kingdom and France? So I know this is the United Kingdom. This map does show me France over here, and my body of water is written in these italicized blue letters, and it says English Channel, and that means the answer is English Channel. Answers: 1, Northern Ireland, and 2, English Channel. Question: what on a map helps you determine the distance between two places? A scale. Usually we'll use miles. The abbreviation for miles is MI. Question: which type of map would you use to find cities? Answer: a political map. Remember, political maps help you figure out what things people have made. So like cities, for instance. People have made cities, not nature. Therefore, they're on a political map. Question: what type of map is on page 77? Answer: it's a thematic map, or, to be more specific, a qualitative map. Question: do the geography skill builder questions on page 524. Make sure you pause and do that. Great, we're looking at page 524, and we can see that this is a map of the Congo Basin in 2001. And now we're going to see if there's a legend. And unfortunately, this map seems to be missing that. It does have a scale. So this map is okay, but it's not the best map. So that means we go over to our question. Our first question is, what physical feature forms the border between the Republic of Congo and the Democratic Republic of Congo? Those are two different countries. And countries are labeled here. You can see they're in all bold letters. And we have the Republic of Congo here. It's like in a tan color. And then like in an orange color, we have the Democratic Republic of Congo. And we can see that the country borders are like in a white color. It's not my favorite map, but this map's definitely workable. And we want to know what physical feature goes between the two. And so a physical feature could be like a mountain range, it could be a lake, or like a river. And if you look here, there's this blue like squiggly line here that runs through, and it divides the Republic of Congo and the Democratic Republic of Congo. And the name of the river is written in italics, Congo River. And so it's the Congo River that divides and provides that border between the Republic of Congo and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Now the next question is, what is the capital of the Republic of Congo? So we're just going to have to assume that they are going to have stars as the capital, since they don't have a good legend. Going back over here to the Republic of Congo, which is like this tan color, we can see within that tan color there is a star, and Brazzaville is written next to it. I know it's a city because it has a capital B and then little letters that follow it, and it's not bold. And it's probably the capital because it has a star. So Brazzaville is the answer. Answers: 1, the Congo River, and 2, Brazzaville. Question, what type of map is on page 210? Answer, a thematic map or a cartogram map, to be more specific. Question, do questions 1 and 2 on page 481. You actually are doing both questions. All right, so we are looking at page 481 in our old geography textbook, and we have this map here. Now, it's not my favorite map because there's not a title, so let's go on to our legend. You read the whole legend, including the very bottom of the legend right here. Then take a moment to preview the map and match up the colors and symbols on the map with the colors and symbols on the legend. Okay, our first question. Which country has less crude oil reserves than Algeria? A, Iraq, B, Libya, C, Saudi Arabia, or D, Sudan? Well, if we look up here at Northern Africa, we see Algeria. It's like a brown color. It looks like that's the same brown as the 1 to 20 billion barrels. And so we're looking for a country that has less than that. One of the choices is Sudan. Sudan is yellow, which means less than 1 billion barrels. And so that would be less than what Algeria had, which means Sudan is the answer. Question number 2 says, which country has more than 98 billion barrels of crude oil reserves? A, Iraq, B, Kuwait, C, Morocco, D, the United Arab Emirates, or the UAE? So if we look at Iraq, it is like a reddish color. That says 112.5, so that is more than 98 billion barrels of crude oil in reserve. And so we know it's going to be the answer. Kuwait, though it's a light pink kind of color, it says it's 96.5, which is less than the 98 billion barrels. Morocco, it's yellow. So according to that legend, that's actually less than 1 billion barrels, so that's not going to work. And the UAE, or the United Arab Emirates, it's pretty little. It also is a light pink color there, located right here. And it says that it only has 97.8, so that's going to be less than that 98 billion barrels. So again, your answer is Iraq with 112.5 billion barrels of crude oil reserves. Answer 1 is D. Answer 2 is A. Question. Do the geography skill builder questions on page 395. We are on our old geography book on page 395, looking at a map called Germany Today. Now that we've read the title, we can come down here and read the legend. Once you have read your legend, you can now match up your colors and symbols on the legend with the colors and symbols on the map. Okay, now that we've done that little preview, let's start. Number 1, which country is nearest to Germany's national capital? Well, according to the legend, the national capital will have a star with a circle around it. And if you look here, it is Berlin. And the only place that is Germany is the green part. It tells us in the title that that is Germany. It's also labeled Germany here in all capitalized bold letters because that's what countries look like. And so we want to see which country is closest. And you can see that Poland's pretty close. And again, Poland is the country because it's in all capitalized bold letters. So Poland is your answer to 1. Number 2, which was larger, East or West Germany? So it used to be that Germany was split into 2 parts. It's not anymore, but it used to be after World War II. If you look here, in the legend it says that the dotted broken line is the former border of East and West Germany. So I can see this dotted line here. And because I know my directions, I know that this is West and that is East. And West is notably bigger than the East. So the answer to number 2 is west. And there'll be 2 of them. Answers: 1, Poland, 2, West Germany. Question: which type of map would be best to use if I was trying to find rivers? Answer: physical map. Question: which type of map might you find land elevation? Answer: physical maps. A lot of times the physical maps in our books show elevation. Elevation is how high land is compared to sea level. So is the land 100 to 200 feet above sea level? Is it 4,000 to 560 feet above sea level? Usually we use feet, and the abbreviation for feet is FT. Question: what type of map is at the top of page 39? Answer: it's a thematic map or a flowline map. Question: which type of map would you use to find countries? Answer: political map. Question: which type of map would you use to find states? Answer: political maps. Countries and states are made by humans, not by nature. Therefore, they're on a political map. Question: draw a scale that goes from 0 to 200 miles. Keep in mind that this is a fake scale. Answer: make sure you have 0 on one side, a 200 mi on the other side, or you can write out the word miles. Feel free to put things in between. Also, whenever you do a scale on a real map, make sure that you write in black or pencil. We don't want the colors to distract from things in the legend.